I'm live. Fantastic. All right. I was just about ready to quit. I thought, forget it. I can't get the thing going. I'm giving up. And then I thought, no, Tori, you got to do it. I don't know why, but 3 times seems to be the charm. I have to turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. That's until DOA comes. Eventually, he'll get here and he'll help me with it, or somebody will. But in the meantime, I'm doing whatever I'm doing that gets it going. And I don't see anybody on here. So I'm hoping that some people come because this is part 2 of the suppressive acts. And if you don't want to hear more about them, we can change the topic. We can. So don't feel like that's the only reason that you can come here because I don't really care. It's good for me. Either way, I just want to talk to you guys. I think it's midnight with Magoo. It is. It's almost midnight. Well, it must be time to read my SP Declare because somehow that seems to be the right thing. All right, so I already showed you. Here's my SP Declare, Tori Buzazian, Suppressive Person Declare. And remember, that's only a little part of it because now I am the undercover top secret CIA agent per LA org. God knows who else. Okay, so Tori, I already read that. She has publicly disavowed Scientology by her own acts and may not receive the benefits of the codes of the Church of Scientology. Woohoo! There you are. I knew it. If I started reading my SP Declare, you guys come. You're just notified. I know, I'm just teasing. I'm reading just a little bit more of this while people are coming on. So suppressive acts are clearly those covert and overt acts knowingly calculated to reduce or destroy the influence and activities of Scientology or prevent case gain or continued Scientology success and activity on the part of a Scientologist. Okay, so that is 100% not me. I am not there to destroy anything except their destructive actions. Those I am there to destroy. But they're not going to ever cough up those. They're like, we don't do that. They lie through their teeth, and you and I know it. Okay, so Flying Mom, all right, was just notified. Okay, Schwa, woo. All right. Kelly RN, hi from Ohio. Thank you. I love hearing where you guys are from. Sharona, hit the like button on your way in. Thank you. Thank you for reminding him. That's a good thing. We're at 14 and we have 9 likes. So a couple of people didn't like it. We'll have to sec check them and find out. Okay, so nothing but love. Tori, I'm so glad you're on again tonight. You're becoming a part of my routine. I don't want to be. I just thought I'd started that suppressive act thing, and I didn't know if you guys really want to hear more of it or not. It's sort of a weird thing, but I got into it, and so then I thought, well, I should read it, but it's really long. So, what do you think? I need a couple of people give me an idea. I'm so glad you're on again tonight. I love it. Okay, nothing but love. All right, so you like hearing about the school, the suppressive acts? All right. I dug out some. They changed the books. The books used to be the little skinny books, right? And the printing was like super thin and everything. It was really bad. So Miscavige, even though in keeping Scientology working, remember you can't change anything. That's the way it is. It has to be the same thing, and it goes into much more detail if you read it. You can't ever change an apostrophe or a letter or anything unless Hubbard said, okay. But of course, he died, and Miscavige went, okay, we're going to get all new basic books. And I have to say, they look better. But my view when the basic books came out was that this was just to test the Scientologists. Because you have to remember, in their minds, you can never, ever, ever change the tech. Ever, ever. So all of a sudden, Miscavige is going to come up with this new basic books. And I said, you know what, this is a test to see if the Scientologists will go along with them changing the tech, right? Because that's a big no-no in Scientology. But he did it. And he changed the tech and he came out with the basic books. And somebody brought over a whole set for me. And I said, what am I going to do with them? And he said, I don't know, but they left 2 sets of them at the library and they didn't want them. So He said, I thought maybe you wanted. So I kept a couple of them. And one of them was the L. Ron Hubbard Scientology Ethics book, right? The Introduction to Scientology Ethics, which is one of the first things now you read because you have to learn about evil people like me, right? And never to talk to them. So, hey, love it. It's good to have you on here, and thank you for being my moderator. It's really an honor. I'm so happy you guys are all here. I love it. I love that there's like the Midnight with Magoo. It makes me very happy. Spooky suppressive story time. That's right. So it's kind of I'm actually reading you what Hubbard wrote. So it's not really stories yet, but I'm going to add my stories to it. So anyway, that's the way it's going to go. So we already read a bunch of them, and I'm not going to reread them. So I think we were up to testifying or giving data against Scientology falsely. Of course, they can give false data anytime and pay people off and all kinds of shit, but you can't. That's a suppressive act, right? Generalities, they have generalities all the time. I'm a suppressive. What the fuck does that mean? Nobody knows. You guys don't, it's like, what is that? They don't even know. They just know she's evil. Don't trust her. Wait a minute. Overnight, I went from being the top of the bridge to total freedom, one of the most respected and called on all the time to do things. And now, boom, I'm below. So anyway, that's the way they are. Without personal knowledge of the matters of which one testifies. Okay, so the next thing is organizing splinter groups, to diverge from Scientology practices, still calling it Scientology or calling it something else. So this was more in the old days when Hubbard was around, and it was like his way or the highway. And some of the people, I wasn't really into this, so I can't really speak on it very well, except I know there were some people that splintered off and started their own groups, and Hubbard was very much, of course, against that, because guess what? He lost the money if they left. So there you go. Closing Scientology or perverted or alteriz tech. Alteriz means they switched it around some way. And calling it Scientology. Harmful so as to bring about disrepute in an org, a group, or Scientology itself. And the last one on this page is, and this is the last one I'm going to read, is ensuing alteriz Scientology. Alteriz means it's just altered. That's another word of theirs. They have all kinds of words that they use, and alteriz is one. Is hey, you alteriz that? The Scientology technical data or information or instructional or admin procedures, calling it Scientology or calling it something else, to confuse or deceive people as to the true source, benefits, and practices of Scientology. Now, let's face it, if Scientology was really a good, and remember, this is all based on this policy letter that I showed you yesterday. It's all these things are in this book, or in that original policy letter. Then they put it into this ethics book. Hi, good evening. Thank you. Dan Walks LA. All right. He's one of the guys here in LA. It's really cool. I like what you do, Dan. That's really cool. So thank you for coming on. That's good. And Chi, good. Don't forget, I won't. Don't forget to like the video. Thank you. That's right. There's 27 people in here and only 20 are liking it. So thank you. We're getting close. And we need to get more people in here. Definitely. All right. So, Dan Walks LA. Thank you for all your little hearts. Nothing but love is sending you. Nice. Oh, I appreciate it, Tori. Hope to see you again soon. Yeah, this is my Magoo, Midnight with Magoo. It's sort of a nighttime thing, but these are my nighttime friends, and they love it, and I love it because I'm kind of a night owl. So it's just a good thing. So I thought, I really like doing stuff at night, and it turned out there's some other people who do too. It's not maybe as massive as the ones in the day, but that's okay with me because I get to talk to more people, so it's kind of fun. So anyway, there you go. I love this so much. Well, thank you, Dan. I'm happy you came. I really am. I love what you're doing. He's the guy that literally walks around LA and films it, so I think you can go to YouTube and just type in Dan Walks LA, right? And I think you have a YouTube site up, I'm pretty sure, right? Anyway, I know more people are on their way. I know we all love this. Oh, that's kind of fun, isn't it? We're just such radical, wild things. Can you say hi to us? We love you, Tori. Love Dylan and Stefan from the UK. Mwah! Hello to the UK, Dylan and Stefan. I loved going there. Anonymous flew me over there and it was wonderful. But anyway, back to the suppressive acts. Okay, so Scientology has all these things that are suppressive acts. And so when you're in their Truman Show, you're constantly, oh, hi, Sophie. I didn't see you came in. Sorry. I just saw her name and I didn't see it before. And Arlene, thank you for coming. I miss saying hi to a few people. Nothing but love. I love that. That's a great name. That's funny. That's the guy from England. And Arlene, we love Magoo at midnight. I know, it's fun. It's a good thing. It's Magoo at midnight. So, of course, Scientology, this was a tricky thing that I didn't know when I was in, is that Hubbard wrote it so that, if you walked out this door, that's a suppressive act. But if you walked out this door doing something else that he wanted done, it was okay, right? And you don't really know that because you don't see both of the policies. But you're on this side going, wow, I'll never do that, never. And then later on, they go, well, we need you to do this. And you go, but isn't that sort of like a suppressive act? And they're like, it's okay. We're covered. And it's like everything's always covered, right? If they need it, if they're going to make money with it or they need to get it done, that's the way it is. Okay, so there's 41 people in here now, which is great, but there's only 27 likes. So come on, either like it or tell me why you don't like it. Okay, so anyway, onward with my suppressive acts. So when I was in, I told you, I asked the ethics officer, because they write up knowledge reports on each other all the time. And I said, where do these knowledge reports go? And he goes, do you really want to know? And I said, yeah, I really want to know. And he goes, open that door. And I opened the door, and I'm not kidding. It was floor to ceiling, not organized, not stacked, just tons of paper. Floor to ceiling papers just thrown in there, just like he just pitched them in there. I mean, it was kind of shocking to me. It was like, that's it? That's the ethics thing? It was like really weird. But ethics in itself, in my opinion, is there's a couple of ethics program or steps that work, but a vast majority of it doesn't. It's just to get you back on the program, doing Scientology. And that's their thing. So, it's tricky. Do you have any questions? Write a question if you have a question. Now, let me see. There was something else I was going to show you. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember. Wait, hang on. I have this whole book of when I used to do speeches and stuff like that. I had all this stuff. This is a thing Bunker made me. It's suppressive person declared Tory Christman. Tory Christman of Los Angeles, California is hereby declared one heck of a suppressive person. Look at this Bunker. He's got all these things that I did right. Anyway, very funny. But I wanted to read you this thing. This is really weird. This is truly and utterly. Okay, first of all, here's the tone scale. Remember I mentioned that about being uptone and downtone? This is the tone scale. But that's a whole nother thing I have to do. That's going to be a series I'm going to do on tone scale. So you get it. What's amazing? What? All right, let me see. Crocheting and listening. Oh, that's cool. Thanks for the like reminder. Yeah, cool. You're crocheting. I've always wanted to learn how to crochet. I do. Yes, Tori was part of the Sino Mafia and survived, leaving because she's a badass. That's right. Okay, so now this was really, I was trying to find things to read for, when I was speaking to these people. And one of the things, I'm almost there, it shows how they feel about the public. What their real goals are. And I mean, it's really spooky when you read it. Wait, let me find it. Come on. All right, I can't find it. But I have the old copy. I have a newer one, but this is the older one. But that's okay. The older one will do, I think. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Is this it? No. Yeah, I think this is it. Now let me look. Sorry, I apologize. I'm getting there. Shit. No, maybe I'm not. Okay, you guys talk for a minute and I'll find it. This is so irritating. Yeah, you guys chat for a minute. No, that's not it. Here's my commendation that I laminated, saying what a wonderful person I am. See, so they, as much as they declared me, Tory Bazazian is hereby highly commended for selfless contribution to the forward progress of Scientology through aiding the Office of Special Affairs to handle a rotten spots of society in 1991. Who knows who wrote that? God, it's weird. It's based on a thing L. Ron Hubbard. I think he was dead by then, so they were just quoting his policy. This is the What is Scientology? I told you I'm in this. I showed you that, right? Okay, here it is. Target defense. That's what I was looking for. It's called Target Defense. And this is kind of amazing to read. I'm going to have to turn on my other light because I can't see. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. Okay, so here they are. These are the targets. The vital targets on which we must invest most of our time. This is Scientology. This is the Church of Scientology. Number one, depopularizing the enemy to a point of total obliteration. Now I'm going to read that to you again. Depopularizing the enemy to a point of total obliteration. That's kind of bad news, huh? Don't you think? There's 65 people in here and 52 likes. So somebody's not liking it. So tell me or like it. It takes a second to like it. Target 2, taking over the control or allegiances of the heads or proprietors of all news media. Pretty heavy. Let's read that again. Target 2, taking over the control or allegiances of the heads or proprietors of all news media. They're going to take over all the news. This is their plan, right? Target 3, taking over the control or allegiances of key political figures. I mean, it's like, this is a very suppressive group. You know what I mean? World domination. You're right, Beth. Yeah. I mean, it's really, really scary. Aren't you glad I'm reading you this? I mean, this is really scary shit. This is written. Look at this. This is Target Defense. It's got a cross on it, like this is some holy thing. Here it is. All right. So I mean, it's really spooky. All right. So I'm going to read some more of it. Target 4, I did target 3, right? Taking over the control and allegiances of the key political figures. I'm sure they'd like to know that. And this could be a thing some of us should go down and start talking to our political and all over. People should get this and take copies of it and show them, because they are using, like, you see on the films with Jessica and DOA and all these guys. I was there that one night where they were swatted, and it's like they're using the police, the fire department, ambulances, just to misuse it to get rid of us. That's it. And we're doing nothing. We're peacefully picketing. That we have that right. So they told me, watch out, they're going to handcuff you. I said, you listen to me carefully. They're not going to handcuff me. No, that's not going to happen. Okay, so target 4, taking over the control and allegiances of those who monitor international finance and shifting them to a less precarious finance standard. Ooh. Do you want me to read that again? Is that copy available online? I don't know, but I'll see if if I can scan it, and get it online, because I think it is. You can type in target defense, because I'm pretty sure someone has put it in, but I'll read it again. Target 4, taking over the control or allegiance of those who monitor international finance and shifting them to a less precarious financial standard. Ew, that's pretty awful. This is a church. These are people pretending to be a church. They're not a church. We know it. They're a cult. But I mean, this is really creepy cult propaganda. You're right. It's like, ooh. Okay, target 5. Okay, generally revitalizing the societies in which we are operating. Yeah, after we've taken over everything, we're going to revitalize them with Scientology. That's going to work. The golden age of admin is all about getting more young folks in and getting rid of squirrels by any means. I think that'll probably happen, but they're not going to get rid of us. You know what? Scientology, listen to me very carefully. And David Miscavige, I've told you for 24 years, you can run, but you cannot hide. And we, the people, just like Anonymous said, no, you don't own the internet. We own the internet. And that's what's going to happen. We own the internet. And Anonymous already told me, if you need us, call us, we'll be there. And that's an army. That's a big army. These guys are a big army also. So, you are way, way out of your league. And people like me telling the truth, this is your policy. This is your stupid ass policy shit. Wait, I got to get my folder up. It's got all my written stuff in it. It's top secret stuff. All right. So, revitalizing the societies then. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but it's kind of funny after the other ones. Target 6, winning overwhelming public support. Yeah, that's going to work. We're winning it. Yeah, sure. And then 7, use all other similar groups as allies. Ooh. See, when I was in and helping volunteer for OSA, they told me one of our number one goals is to become a real religion. They knew they were not thought of as a real religion. They still aren't. More than ever, they're probably thought of as a cult now. But they want to be a real religion. And they would go, like, I think I went with them one time, and they went to another church and they said, look, you really need to help us. And I don't know if it would, I don't think it was a priest. It was like a minister. And he said, well, what do I need to help you for? And they said, well, you see all the people that are protesting. And this was back when there was Anonymous and there was a lot of shit happening. And I know, because I was out when Anonymous happened, but they had picketers when I was in, and those guys were out picketing. And he said, you see the people protesting our church, right? And the guy said, yeah. And he said, well, if you don't help us, they're going to come get you next. And that's what he told them. So I know they have these little activities. They're getting their OTs, the few that are left, to go do these things. And those people don't realize they're dirty, creepy tricks and don't do them. Just say no. Just like I said, they wanted me to go to Mark Bunker's with the sign saying this awful stuff about him. And I said, no, I'm not doing it. And they said, you have to. And I said, I don't have to do anything, first of all. Let's get that very clear. I don't have to do anything. And neither does anyone in Scientology. If you're here and you're lurking and you're listening, which I think you are, and you can keep liking this and that'll let us know you are, and that's fine with me. I just realized that's what all the likes are. They're the people that are in that don't want to say they're out, right? But that's okay. You, as long as you're listening and waking up, that's a good thing. We welcome you. We do. You don't have to say who you are or anything, but learn both sides, because you already know their side. So learn a little bit from each of us. All right. So anyway, let me see. We now have a lot of experience. We have been hurt. We have been held back. It has cost us millions. Normal channels of the society have let us down. Aw, poor Scientology. Therefore, we're on our own, obviously. To our actual and factual view, the West is prostrate, and near helpless, and the rest of the world is a big slave camp. This is something that L. Ron Hubbard is writing, and a lot of people don't read this. I never read this when I was in. I read this when I was out, so I don't know that every Scientologist read this, but it's pretty spooky to know that that's what it's run on. So we may as well have a go. If we unite all groups into an interplay and use all forces extant and channel them, we have a very big chance of winning. Therefore, from an appreciation of all data to hand and experience, it seems that T1 to T7 is beneficial. Things that don't are a relative waste of time. Anyway, he goes on. He's a big blabbermouth, but those are the targets: depopulating the enemy to the point of total obliteration, taking over control and allegiance of the heads or proprietors of all news media. And the thing that's woe about it, I mean, you might read this and go, they're not going to do that. But I know they're on that. They're working on it. You know what I mean? This is real stuff. They're not just like, oh yeah, that's an old thing. No. This is their stuff. Taking over the control and allegiance of key political figures. Hello. You have seen certain people where they align with Scientology. Bad news. Okay, taking over the control and allegiance of those who monitor international finance. Wow, and shifting them to a less precarious finance standard. Ooh, doesn't that sound awful? Is it just me, or I mean, that sounds really, really awful. Anyway, those are the ones that I thought you guys should know about. So there you go. Oh yeah, that's right. This goes with it. Anyway, I'll put it back together a little later after you guys. Let me put this back. Why? Okay, so there you go. That's Scientology's that's what they're working on, whether they know it or not. It's pretty spooky. So now I want to read what you guys have to say. Okay, someone has a question right down here. What is it? Oh, it was retracted. Okay, all right. You must have asked. Oh, wait, now I can't get this to go up. I don't know why this thing. Come on, go up. I'm trying to go up. All right, I'll go up to here. No, that's not working. Up to here, that's not working. Okay, that's not working. Okay, here we go. I'm not stopping until I get to the top. Woo! Okay. Was just notified. All right, good. Good morning from Toronto. All right, nothing but love. Tori, we already said hi. Nothing but love. You love it. Good. Silly squirrel. Clapping. Thank you. Love it. Hi, Tori and all. Thank you. Absolutely. I just love everything you have to say. It's so interesting and important to know. I think it is. It's like it isn't so much what I have to say, but it's really getting you guys to realize what you're up against. I want people to know, these guys are hardcore. They are. Spooky suppressive story time. It's my pleasure and honor. Thank you. Love it. Chi, thank you. Scientology lies. That's surprising. Well, don't forget to like the video. Thank you. Yeah, let's see. We're almost there. We got 88 people here, which is great, and 76 liked it. So good evening, Sophie, again. Dan Walks LA. Oh, I'm so happy you're here. That's really great. Arlene, good evening, beautiful Tori. Thank you. And I love this so much, Dan says. Okay. Oh, I know more people are on their way. Well, that's good. That's good. I hope that's true. We love McCoo at midnight. And then Love It mentions, please subscribe. Oh, she's posted links for Dan Walks LA. So that's good. And come on, chatters, please hit the like button and make sure you subscribe. There you go. We're almost there. 89 to 81. We're almost there. Mark Bunker is a funny guy. He is. He's really great. I can't wait till he starts his YouTube site because it's going to be great. Yep, Tori was part of the Sino Mafia and survived leaving because she's a badass. That is a fact. And that's why they hate me. Okay, this is a question from Sophie. Tori, what can you tell us about Frank Oliver? Frank Oliver was on staff in OSA from what he told me after I got out. I didn't know him when I was in. He was on, I think, the East Coast. I think he still is. And I was here on the West Coast. So I never really knew Frank. But once I got out, he was out before me. And he's helped a bunch. He has the OSA PAC, the whole OSA PAC. He has the entire OSA PAC and tried to get it to the Riverside board to help, or the judge to help Keith Henson, who was someone who used to picket and got sued and left the country. And anyway, it ended up being a big mess. But Frank is a good guy. He made my sign, my little stop sign, "Stop Hurting Families." That's from Frank. He made that. Anyway, he's a good guy. And that's all I know about him. He's a good guy and made my sign. That's it. I don't know much more. Hi, Tori. Love that you're involved with the kids protesting. Me too. I love that. I mean, I'm really honored. I mean, believe it or not, I am. I just feel very honored that they're so kind to me. They really are. I mean, it's surprising. I don't know what I thought. I just thought they'd be like, what the hell are you doing here? And it's the exact opposite. They're like, Tori's here, and it's like, it's very sweet because it's tricky for me to get around. I get around, but I'm not like zipping around. I'm not going to walk from, like, I saw them one night. I think they walked from Celebrity Center to the complex. And I'm like, forget it. Not going to happen with me. But DOA, I talked to him and he said, no problem. We'll get you a chair. You can sit down, put your water in it. You have a good time, and I did. I really did. I had a wonderful time. I loved being with them and I love them. And I'm so proud of them. They've done such good work in such a little amount of time. They really have. I mean, all the buildings in LA are shut down from 15th story on down to the floor. Every window is covered up, every window. And it's like, that's pretty hot. You can, whatever you think, that's a pretty good statistic in my mind. I mean, we've picketed for years and that has not happened. So I'm like, way to go. And I got to walk down on the parking lot. And I know it's because they had those cameras there. They had 10 cameras on them. And I know the guy first came out and threw me out and said, get out. You can't. And I said, look, I'm a 76-year-old person. I want to sit here for a few minutes, for 2 minutes, and then I'll get up. He said, no, get up, get out. But I know he went inside and they all are filming it, right? And then it's all going to their, thousands of people that are listening to them. And I know the guy went inside and whoever is his boss said, leave her alone. Don't do another thing. Don't say another thing. Because all these different places where I can normally never sit down. And even now, when the cameras aren't there, I cannot sit down. It's trespassing. We'll call the police. And on their little bench that they let everybody else sit on. I mean, even non-Scientologists, but not me. I can't sit down there. Oh, no. But that day, I could sit there. And Drew and I were sitting there like just it was really a riot because you could see the power of the people, really. Hi, Tori. Love seeing you again. Hi, Miss Withholdy. And love to philosophy from Love It. And me. Hi, Tori. Nice to watch you here. Thank you. And Beth, you are. Okay. And I guess these guys are talking to each other, saying they love each other. Anyway, it's good. It's a good group of people. Clear Frog, I've been rubbing my own lily pad all this time, and I'm not doing it anymore. Wow. You'll have to explain that to me when I see you. I've been ribbing my own lily pad all this time, and I'm not doing it anymore. Okay. Show us your photos in there, please, Tori. The photos? What photos? I don't think I had photos. I have, this is the target defense. I have the accommodation, which I showed you. These are just some stuff. This is the Sea Org contract. Okay, I'll go through them. I can show them to you. This is the Sea Org contract, which is 1 billion years. And you have to write out all your sexual activities. It's really embarrassing. It's awful. And then they, of course, check you on it later. So that's gross. Sounds like Nazis. That's right. It is. This is the classification and gradation chart. So this is the bridge to total freedom. This is all the shit that you have to do. See, it starts with group processing, life repair, drug rundown. It goes on up to the grades. Here's clear about here. That's clear. And then OT 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, which all those other ones, they don't have anything for them. They only have up to 8. And, oh yeah, it just says up to 8. It doesn't have 9, 10. It has OT 8 and then OT 8 and above. That's what it says, but they don't have anything. And Miscavige is too stupid to think of something, and he already got rid of anybody that could think of something. Okay, and this is the Dianetic training side. This is this. And that starts with, the book auditor, book 1, which is Dianetics, and then class 0 through 4, which I'm that, and then Dianetics. So I'm a Dianetic auditor. I'm a class 5 auditor. So I'm like up here. That's where I am. That's right here, class 5. And it goes on up to the briefing course, which is class 6, which Miscavige cleverly canceled, which is ridiculous because that was the mainstay for auditing. And then on up, it goes on up to 9, 10, 11, 12. And but there you go. Now this is your training award balance. This is my training award balance. I don't know if you can see it or not. April 29th. And it's $23,000 something dollars. And here's the actual invoice of it, because I made him make out an invoice, which I never used it, so whatever. This is this is in Science of Survival. It's the Hubbard chart of human evaluation, and I think this is the part where it has I'm gonna have to get my. Oh, where went my thing? Damn it! All right, that's always my problem. Now I have to find it. That's my flashlight. It's all the way back, went way back there. Anyway, I'll have to find it. Anyway, I'll have to. This will be another thing. We'll do it another time because I have to get a magnifying glass. It's really tiny. I can't read it. This is the pledge to an OT civilization. That's some whole long thing. More bullshit. It's all stuff that when you read it, it sounds good. These are the penalties for lower conditions: liability, treason, doubt, and enemy. An enemy is an SP order. Fair game may be deprived of property or injured by any means by any Scientologist without any discipline of the Scientologist, may be tricked, sued, or lied to, or destroyed. Isn't that unbelievable? This is me. That's me at the bottom. It's like, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable that somebody could write stuff like that. It's really creepy. He was definitely a narcissist, I think. Anyway, this is just something I don't even remember. I was writing someone. This is a copy of the same thing. This is the thing from Mark Bunker I showed you. And this is the same thing again. So there you go. That's it. There aren't a lot of photographs in it. Ooh, stay up there. All right, so there you go. So let's see. Show us the photos in there, please, Tori. Okay, so Dan Walks LA. Wow. Oh, dear. Total oblivion. I know it's kind of weird to read it, isn't it? It's intense. Sounds like the Nazis, world domination. It's exactly. I mean, when you read that, you really go, whoa. I mean, one time they were going to interview me on some radio station here in LA in the early 2000s. And the guy said, well, we have to have something to know that, you know, why should we talk to you versus Scientology? And I said, really? I said, well, let me just fax this thing over to you. And I faxed that thing over to him. And the guy called me in a minute. He goes, you're on. It's like taking over all the media. I think we'll have you on instead of Scientology. It's very funny when you have their own written stuff. It's heavy. Good morning from Northern Wales. Oh, how fun. 7:10 a.m. here. All right. Breakfast and watching Tori. Such a treat and honor. Awesome way to start the day. Thank you. Born Ancient. Oh, that's kind of a cute nick. I like that. Nothing but love. I know. Yikes. That's exactly it. That cross creeps. that cross creeps at me out. Yeah. I know. The cross is weird too. Chi, is that okay? So I'll see. Love It is coming pretty soon, and when she comes, because I'm not good or I can see if Spanky could do it, because I have a thing that you can scan it on, but it doesn't come out good ever. So I could see if I could use Spanky's scanner, and we'll scan it on. I think, I don't know. I'll find a way. I'll ask Love It. We'll figure it out. We'll get it on there. If it's not on there, remember it's called Target Defense, so you can Google it and see. The golden age of admin is all about getting. Yeah, I know. Tori from L. Ron Hubbard. Okay, God. Preach, Tori, preach. Am I preaching? Really? Did it feel like I was preaching? I can't believe these are real. I know. I showed you. I mean, do you doubt it? Or you just mean you can't believe it? Because I can't believe it either, but I know it's real. I know it is. And I've been in on some of their shit where it's just unbelievable. I mean, if you saw how they manipulated the internet, it's just frightening. It really is. And that's why I've been talking about it for 24 years, and people still don't really get it. And whatever. It is what it is. I'm going to tell them what I'm going to tell them, and they can do what they want. Please like or hit the like button. Yes, thank you. All right, we're up to 100. See, those are some people that are on the outside. They don't want to say their name, but they still like it. And thank you for watching. Keep watching, because that's the thing. It's like information, like Andrea said, information. They were saying to Andreas, don't talk to Tori. Don't talk to her. She's like a deep cover OSA person. This was early on in 2000 when I was just got out. And they were running this whole thing. Don't talk to Tori. She's a deep cover and all this shit. And, Andrea said, look, she can't hurt me. I'm in Norway. I'm using words on an internet. That's it. She can't hurt me. And bless his heart. I mean, because it really made a difference, because a lot of people did turn on me. A lot of people. I never hear extant in real life. I know, but it's a word. L. Ron was psychotic. That's true. Beth, so sweet. Love you, Tori. Thank you, Beth. Let them buy Fox News. Yeah, exactly. They can have it. Just say no to obliteration. Exactly. This stuff is bonkers. I know it's kind of heavy. Aren't you glad I'm reading it to you though? Because isn't it kind of heavy to actually hear what some of the stuff they like? Again, like not everyone knew that stuff because they just didn't. I didn't. I was an auditor, and auditors weren't into that whole thing. But when I got out, I'm telling you, somebody showed it to me. I was like, holy shit. Yeah, it's shocking. It really is, especially for public. But I think even for Sea Org, I bet you most Sea Org don't know. They don't. They, the guys that are in on that, that's the thing about Scientology. It's very totalitarian where the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing. And it really is. It's really weird. Tori, you are the best advocate for people who want to get out by showing them the way, the real way, the way to real happiness. Thank you. Thank you. Claire, I appreciate that. And I like your nick, but thank you. Yeah, I'm working on it. Because I was in and now I'm out, I feel like I can talk to a lot of people and say, it can't hurt you to look and listen. Now we have 104 people that like it. It just dawned on me tonight that that's what's happening. So we're getting people that they don't want to say their names. They don't want to come on here, but thank you. See, and now the hearts are going up. That's good. I'm so happy. I really am, because I hope and pray you guys leave. I know, I understand. Many people stay in Scientology because you don't want to lose your family and friends. And the family, I understand. I do, sort of. But I lost Harold. It was just one of those things where it's like, I thought he was going to come with me. I really did. So that's a whole different thing. But friends, like Andrea said, what kind of friends could those be if they're going to leave you because you change your mind? And I had never thought of it that way. But it's like, it's so true. It's like they're really not your friends if they're just going to disconnect from you because you change your mind. You go, you know what? I got a lot out of Scientology. I'm done. I'm walking out the door. And if they go, all right, then we're never talking to you. Well, that's a friend? Not really. Not really. Don't fool yourself and don't waste your life, because you know what? So many people that are your friends are out here. It's shocking. I was shocked. I told you it was Spanky all the time. She'd say a name and I'd say, this was like she was driving me around and trying to get me to talk in real English. And I was all this Scientology, stuff. And she'd say, okay, stop. No one knows what that word means. What does it mean in English? Right? She'd get me to do that. So then she'd mention somebody's name and I'd say, well, they're still in, right? And she'd say, oh, hell no, they left 20 years ago. It was just so shocking how many people had left way before me, long time before me. But people in don't know that. See, so you think, and like I said, we were there the other night. There were probably 10 people. And I reminded them, I said, you have to know the people inside, they're telling them that is all that is against us. Those 10 people. That's it. They have no idea there's thousands of people around the world that are against them because of their abusive actions. Okay, so Loki, the SP dog, cute, first time, welcome. All right, Tori, when are we getting married? If you have that name, never. L. Ron Hubbard, no. Not even as a joke, no. And considering I just found out about you wanting to get married to me, I know he's just joking, but it's like, it's an awful nickname. I don't know who would take that, but not me. Okay, Loki the SP dog. Now there's a good one. I like that. First time, welcome. Beth, question. Okay, isn't it way harder to just say no to Scientology these days? Yeah. Or did you get in a lot of trouble? You mean now did I get it? I'm not going to get in trouble. I'm declared suppressive. Which there's a big advantage to being one of the evilest people on the planet, because nobody will talk to you. So, if you don't want to talk to them, don't worry about it. They won't talk to you. But it's not hard. It isn't hard to say no anymore, because a lot of people go on the internet. They've seen Leah and Mike's shows. They've seen a lot of the kids who grew up in it and what a nightmare it was. And, they've seen my videos. A lot of people come up to me and they've seen my videos and thanked me and said it really helped them either not join or, and I'm out on the street a lot too. I'm not now so much, but I used to be a lot, and I had fun with it. I remember walking up to this black guy that was getting regged into the Sea Org, and I knew it. I could tell. He was by Scientology. He looked really bummed out. And I said, can I talk to you for a minute? And he said, yeah. And he came over, and I said, what's up? What's going on here? And he said, well, I'm looking at joining the Sea organization. And I said, okay. Well, I want you to understand something. And I don't mean this to offend you, but I think it's probably true. I would put money on it that somewhere in your genetic line, it may be way long ago, but somewhere there were slaves in your genetic line. Would you agree or not? And he said, yeah. And I said, exactly. And that is what you are signing up for with the Sea organization right now. And that will be your life for the rest of your life, for 1 billion years, right? That's a lot of years. Do you really want to do that? And he looked at me and he goes, no. And I said, exactly. I said, so what do you want to do? And he said, I want to be a teacher. That's really all I want to do. And I said, okay, tell you what, you go down that street and keep going. Don't ever come back here, because you see these women are good at what they do. And they almost had you in there. And he goes, you're right. And I said, so you start running. I'll handle them. You just keep going. Go to college. Have a wonderful life. There you go. But, that's happened to me in a bunch of different things. But that's why I like being out on the street, because you never know what you're going to run into. I met Aleister Crowley's granddaughter. How weird is that? Osa's here and not liking it. Okay. All right. So what? Then tell him to speak up. Tori, okay, that's the same guy wanting to know if we're getting married. Osa's here and not liking. Okay. Yeah, they're never gonna like it. I read you what their program is. We're like way different than that program. Way different. Our European friends are still waking up. Well, good morning to our European friends and anybody else around the world. Good morning. Question: is this not a good reason for inoculating children and parents during any public event, including Easter, where CFS is trying to make nice? Is this not a good reason for inoculating children and parents during any public event, including Easter, where the church is trying to make nice? I'm the wrong person to talk on that, because my mother was the queen of holidays, and I have a wonderful, very, very happy youth. I always say I have the greatest foundation a house could have. And the rest of it's, it was a little bit different, but because my foundation is so strong, it's helped me through my whole life. And I believe children, it's a very small window. Like I've said it before, it's a small window where they can be kids and just enjoy life and have fun and, get Easter baskets and go collect eggs and stuff like that. To me, that means everything. It has nothing to do with religion. It never did. It didn't for me. We were raised Catholic. We went to Catholic mass, but we didn't give a shit. The kids, we were like, all right, let's get through this, and then we'll go have the Easter egg hunt and, Easter dinner and stuff like that. That's all we cared about. And I think that's true for kids. It's like to try to lay all the adult upsets that we might have with the Church of Scientology on kids I just don't see it. I don't. It's not. No, I don't think it's a time to use it. I think that's selfish. That's what I think. I'm not saying you're selfish, but I think that's selfish to take away kids' joy and use it to your advantage. Sort of like, well, we're helping them. No, you're not. No, you're not going to help kids, by writing SP on their face or something like that. It's like, it's just going to cause problems in their house that's going to be icky. To me, we should be better than them. We shouldn't be less than them. We should be better than them. And if we're better than them and we're kind, if we went there and we were kind and we gave out eggs, stuff like that, that's a good thing. but to make fun of it and stuff like that and say they don't really believe in it. And most of us don't either. I mean, there might be some people on here that are very religious, but a lot of people aren't. And Easter is more just a fun thing. That's what I think. So there you go. That's my rant. Thank you for answering my question, Tori. We all appreciate your taking time to or talking to us. Okay, good. So if I ever didn't answer it, you can ask it again. In a different ways to if there's a part of it I missed. But that's how I feel as far as and YRB, that's what I think. So there you go. Pup Groomer 20. I love that name too. That's a great name. I stand alone. Good morning, Tori from Scotland. I love you. I love that name. And I love that you're from Scotland. That's part of my heritage. I'm English, Irish, German, Scottish, and part Welsh. There you go. So, okay, Amanda Beaumont Key, Aura, my friend. Okay. I don't know what that is. Love it, but it sounds like you do. Oh, you were talking to her, and I'm still learning this thing where if you have the @ sign, that means you're talking to that person. Love a midnight with Tori. I know it's midnight with Magoo. All right, the church wants details on your sex life. Yeah, they do. They do, and then they'll use it against you. It's none of their business. You know what I mean? None. And it's pretty awful. I mean, they can't have sex if they join the Sea Org. That's the other reason. You can't have sex until you're married. Yeah, it's awful. I mean, it's really awful. So kids get married very young just so they can have sex. It's not good. It isn't. Okay, what if you can't remember all your intimate liaisons in the past? I'd flunk the damn form. Well, yeah, there's that too. But they're pretty good at getting out information from people. That's way too complicated and overwhelming for me. I'll just go meditate. Good, Amanda. I think that's a good idea. Jen says 10 is only a magic number because we have 10 digits. Carlin said it. G. Lakoff wrote it. Oh, okay. Good. Because we have 10 digits. Okay, good to know. Question. What did Arnie Lerma teach you about the depravity of Scientology? I loved seeing you two together. Yeah, you can go on my YouTube site and type in Arnie Lerma, and he came here, and John was living here at the time. And John was really funny. At first John's ex-Sea Org, and so is Arnie. And so John was like, no, he can't stay here. He's going to have to pay rent if he comes here. I pay rent, so he has to pay rent. I said, Johnny's my friend, come on. So anyway, he came and they were like magnets. They just couldn't stop talking. They had so much in common. John loves the garden. Arnie loves the garden. John loves natural, things. So did Arnie. They had a whole lot going. And I don't know that he taught me anything. Did he teach you anything about the depravity of Scientology? No, but he backed me up. I would say stuff that I knew, and he would say, yes, absolutely. So we were good in that sense. I wouldn't say he taught me anything because he just didn't. But we had fun together. And if you want to see our interview, there's a couple of interviews we did together. And the weird thing about it, though, is that way back then, and Arnie was a person that you just thought would live forever. But somehow I thought, what if this is the last time I see him? I better make some videos with him. And I made 2 videos. And to this day, I'm very thankful that I did, because who would have thought that he ended up shooting himself? But he did. He had very, very, very bad back pain. And that's what was happening. And he was snorting oxycodone to try to handle the pain. And so he ended up shooting his wife and then shooting himself. And he didn't kill her, but she ended up dying afterwards. Wow. Christina says, wow. Okay. Chemist, howdy, brother. Okay. Amanda said that. All right. Hi, chemist. Okay. That was your question about Arnie. Okay. Did you know Arnie, chemist? Did you know him? And did you see the videos? Watching this woman is so bloody interesting. Which woman are you talking about? All right. Beth, exactly. I feel sorry for them on a level. At least I own my mistakes. Who are you guys talking about? All right. You're going to have to fill me in. It's all temporary for DOA. Will he ever find his niche in life? I think he's been doing this for a lot longer than you think. He has. I mean, like he said, he won 12 out of 13, um, not non-turbulation, but whatever, restraining orders. He won them by himself. So he's going to fight this one. And I think he's an activist. I think that's his thing. That's what he's going to do. What I think that is his niche. So we'll see, where it takes him. It's one of those things. We need more activists. We do. So it's a good thing. Let's see. It's all temporary. Okay. I don't know that it's all temporary for him. You think it is, but that's just the way you think. But I don't think he does. I mean, whether he's here with Scientology, that may be temporary, but he being an activist, I don't think so. I think he's done it for many years, and I think he's going to continue to do it unless he meets a lovely lady and she might change his life. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, leaving makes you a warrior. Thank you for your activism. You are welcome. It definitely does. You're either going to turn into a warrior or you're going to, I don't know what. I don't know what the other thing would be, but for me, it's been great. I've loved it. I really have. It's been a real honor. All right. Okay, let's see. I found that the questionnaire in Scientology tries to find out if you are tight with your money. That's race masters. Okay. All right. I was in a cult called Horse Racing Addiction. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's money too. Saul. Hey, Tori, coming in late. Hi, Saul. No one. Thank you for the hearts. Saul, I'm going to catch the replay. That's fine, Saul. That's totally fine. It's just please make a comment, just say something. Because I that's the one thing that I miss is if you just make a video, tons of people comment afterwards, but somehow with the live video, I post it and hardly anyone says anything. And I think, what is that? What I don't quite get that, and I'm still learning, so I don't quite get that. But I would say, if you think of something, make a comment. It's a good thing because other people read this and watch it, and they help learn from it. Did you know anything about the infiltration of Scientology in the government? A little bit. I knew Bruce Wiseman has infiltrated and is running a women's group. That's the most I know. And I don't know if he still is, but he was for a while. And not saying he was a Scientologist, I don't think. Welcome to the internet, Saul says. Okay, so Christina, I would like to know how you don't become angry. Angry kills the soul. How do you not be angry? I'm angry with Scientology. Okay, well, anger is in my opinion, anger is a very unhealthy. I mean, it's one thing to get mad once in a while, but to be angry all the time at Scientology for what? Is it going to do anything? No, it's not going to do anything. It's going to do something to you. It's going to make you feel shitty, and it's not a healthy emotion. I don't think. I think if you need it, for a specific incident, I mean, I'll get mad. I definitely do, but I try to get mad and then get over it. Do you see what I mean? Rather than just stay mad at something. It's like regret. I don't believe in regret because regret, it doesn't help me and it doesn't help you. It's just a wasted energy. And so I don't regret things. It's like what happened. That's the way it is. And let's live in now. Because I saw a show on it. It was really, really great. It was this lady talking about I think it was the power of enough. And she said, honestly, most of us have enough. If we stop watching TV, reading all the signs around that say we need to get a new haircut or new pants or lose weight or whatever, there's all these things that are constantly barraging us saying we're not right. But she said, if you really stay in the moment, like right now, we have enough. Do you see what I mean? Like, it's enough for me to be with you guys, and hopefully it's enough for you guys to be with me. So there you go. Do you see what I mean? And if you kind of try to stay in now instead of yesterday or tomorrow, you have enough. So there you go. All right, question. How long did you wait or hope for your ex-husband to leave Scientology after all? And no, it's not too personal. I waited, I'd say probably 2 years. I cried. I think I told people I cried for about 2 years, going in and out of different haunts, restaurants, movie theaters, places we'd been, just things. I missed him for a long time. I really, really loved him. And it was truly a bummer for me that he didn't come with me. I thought he would. He wasn't a true believer. I was. I woke up and left. I thought, it's going to be a cinch. He's going to be happy that he's out of this thing. I never really thought he liked Scientology. I was always trying to get him onto the true believer boat. It never worked out. So now I leave and I think, cinch, I'll come back and get him. I just had to make sure those guys over there were not OSA. See, because I wasn't sure. Maybe they're just pretending to be OSA and they're just, writing down everybody that left. So that's what happened. But that wasn't the case. By the time I got back, I don't know what they did to him, but he was gone. There you go. And it took me a couple of years. So there you go. Good morning. All right. Now, Martha Simmons, good middle of the evening. Wow. Oh, it's 3:45 in the morning. You better go to bed. Yikes. I better go to bed too pretty soon. Right. If you have a question, perhaps that person is talking about Scientology public events regarding having a Santa at the Winter Wonderland, or see, even that, I don't care. I am not going to pick it in front of the Winter Wonderland. I know it's full of shit. I know it's bullshit. It's hypocritical, everything else, but I don't care. I loved Santa when I was a little kid. And I think little children should be able to have the wonderful lives that we did, not because of, we can still talk to the parents. We could go there and talk to a parent and say, I wouldn't do that because I try to just stay away from it. They're doing their Christmas thing. That's their thing. I'm doing my Christmas thing here. That's it. But you can say they're using them to body route people into Scientology, and maybe they are. First of all, a lot of people who are body routed, which means brought into Scientology, walk out. It's not like it used to be. It really isn't. It isn't that great a trap. And the internet is everywhere. So people can find out facts that in my day, in 1969, there was no internet. You had nothing. This was the show. That was it. There was nothing else. Isn't there a door over there? No, there isn't a door. This is it. And this is it. And that's it. And now, let's say a couple people left. Okay, those people left. But they're not in the show, Tori. And if you leave the show, you will be declared suppressive. So you can either pick those two guys that left or these thousands of people that are in our Truman Show that are happy, healthy, doing wonderful. Why would we leave? And it's tricky when you're in a really, because everyone's got a great face. I mean, it's shocking when you get out and you find out how many people were doing awful on these different levels. But you say, "Oh yeah, no, I'm doing great. Yeah, I went clear. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good." Because you don't want to go to ethics or cramming or correction or some other shit. So it's just easier to say, no, I'm doing fine. And everybody's doing fine. But then you get out and you find out, fuck, no, I wasn't doing fine. It was awful. It's like you thought if everybody in stood up and said, no, we are not doing this anymore. Not at all. No, we see, there's the hearts. If they stood up and said, we're not doing this anymore. No. It's again, this is again, we didn't get into Scientology to stop free speech. Now you've got us where we can't go out and talk to those like Tory, no. As long as you're stopping free speech, we're not doing it anymore, Miscavige. You break up families where families can't talk to each other. That's ridiculous. No, we're not doing that. Medical abuse. Look at me. Just stay on here for a while. You'll see they ruined my short-term memory. taking me off seizure medicine and me having grand mal seizures. Fair game, where they come out and flatten tires and put nails in. Last week, three of the live streamers got nails in their tires. That's really shitty. It is. And you could say, well, you can't prove it, Scientology. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But you know what? The people that are in are waking up. And thank you for liking it. I'm so happy I realized that's what it was. And they're putting the little hearts up there. That's a good thing, because we're going to get them out. We are. And you guys, here's the deal. Hubbard had a thing, the way out is the way through. That's the policy. The way out is the way through. But if you think of L. Ron Hubbard, and it may be before your time, but he left like that. He just left. He vanished. We had an all hands. Everybody has to be here. We had to go down to, I think, the Palladium, and they had an announcement. L. Ron Hubbard had to move on because he couldn't keep doing his research, because his body was holding him down. So he's gone. So you're sitting there going, okay. I mean, this is weird. And then someone comes out and goes, L. Ron Hubbard decided Pat and Annie Broker would take over the church. Well, people like me, I knew most of the Sea Org. I'm like, who the hell is Pat and Annie Broker? I never even heard of them. Now, Sea Org guys I've since talked to, and they say, yeah, we knew them. We heard of them. But anyway, they're supposed to take over the church now at the Palladium. And then the next thing you know, Miscavige is in front of it. He's giving orders. And I'm like walking out, and, everybody's like, don't ask, don't tell. Just don't ask, don't tell. And there you go. Weirdo. But anyway, we're out and we're free and we're away from that. Thank God. But you guys can come out too. If you're listening and you're thinking, I'd like to go. That's what I was going to say. The original policy was the way out is the way through. But Hubbard's policy was the way out is the nearest door, right? And you all can take that door anytime. You just walk out the door and call me on the phone, and I will come get you. There you go. Cinch. And we'll work it out. There you go. All right. So now let me see. Perhaps the person is talking about Scientology public records. Okay. All right. So I think I answered that. Brick Mama. That's a cute name too. All right. No one. Tori, you're amazing and appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. Pup Groomer 20. Aw, I miss having my kitty cat. I really do. Jazzy Girl, hey all. Jazzy Girl, hi. Sarah, hi Tori. Love listening and watching you. Thank you. I'm glad you guys came. I hope they didn't abruptly take his medication away. No, they took my medication away. Who are you talking about? With him. They took my medication away. I take medication for epilepsy, and they took my medication away, and I had grand mal seizures. And luckily, my mother stayed on it and kept saying, they're going to kill you, Tori. And I was 20, in my 20s, and I was like, oh, no, Dianetics is going to fix it. She said, no, Dianetics is not going to fix it. And she just stayed on it. And finally, she asked me, where are you going tonight? And I said, I'm going out on a date. And she said, okay, I'll call you tomorrow. And she called me the next day. And I know most of you have heard this, but somebody may not have who's here, or they might be listening. She called the next day and she said, how was your date? And I said, what date? And she said, okay, that's it, Tori. Either you're on your medication today and your doctor calls me today and says you're on your medication, or your mother, I'm going to fly from Chicago to Los Angeles. And believe me on this, Tori, L. Ron Hubbard and the Church of Scientology will never forget your mother. And I knew my mom. She could kick serious ass. So I thought, And my dad was on NBC. They had media lines all over the place. I thought, I know my mom. She's not going to just come out and bawl them out. She'll be on television saying, don't let your kids get in this. They nearly killed my daughter, and they nearly did. I mean, thank God she did that, because I got back on my medication. Dr. Dank, who was Hubbard's doctor, called her and told her, yep, she's on her medication. And he stuck with me all through it for 30 years. So a lot of people don't like him for a number of reasons that are bullshit, I think, because he was for medicine. But people, when they choose, because I asked him once, why are all these people dying? And he said, Tori, I can't make them take medication. If they have cancer and they insist on a natural way of doing it, there's nothing I can do. I can recommend stuff, but if they don't want to do it, that's up to them. And that's what happened. And it still happens to this day. It's really amazing. I hope that, okay, so anyway, pain changes people. I'm so sorry for the loss of your dear friend, Tori. Okay. I mean, I've lost hundreds of dear friends. I mean, I'm not sure which one you're thinking of, but I've lost tons of friends. I mean, death is second nature for me. Like my brother said, Tori, you and I are 1 year apart. I know one person who's dead. Every time I talk to you, another one of your best friends is dead. And now it's sort of leveled out, but for a long time, they were popping all the time. When I was in Scientology, oh my God, it was a nightmare. Anyway, DOA is so strong and awesome. He is. And he's also really kind. Did you see how he helped me when we got swatted? I mean, it was amazing. If you guys missed it, it's really a great video. I think Jessica Palmadessa, I think she has it on hers or DOA. But, the helicopters come in and I'm thinking, come on, this can't be real. They can't really be coming after us. And then the lights come down and they're on me, right? They're on me and DOA. And I'm thinking, shit, it does sort of look like they're after us. And he goes, get up off the chair right now. They're going to handcuff you. And I'm like, me? What would they handcuff me for? It's like, I'm like a senior. I was just stunned. And he throws me in the car. And then I'm sitting in the car. The helicopters are, the planes are overhead with the lights are on my car and him. And now I see the police pull up and they handcuff him. And I think, what the hell is this? And I'm pissed off. And I've got on my red horns. I think I told you guys this last night. I have on the red horns. So I pull up to say to him, but I realize I can't wind down the window. So I just go, you open the door like that. And he goes, no, just move on. He looked really freaked out. And later I realized I had on those red horns and I thought I probably scared him to death. All right. If anyone has found their niche in life, it's DOA. That's right. I think he has. I think he's an activist. That's it. Tori, is so great to hear your stories. I'm glad you made it out and are using your energy to help fight the cult of Scientology. You're a badass. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jazzy girl. Jen Cell, clarification. All right, this is for Beth and I. We're talking about not being able to remember all of our carnal crimes and how at least we own our mistakes. Okay, good. I get it. I do. All right, and then love it. Tori has been speaking out and helping people leave or not join C of S for 24 years for free. True. I know DOA was shocked. He goes, I can't believe you've been speaking out for 24 years. I have 5 million views on my YouTube site, on this little YouTube site in my bedroom. It's just like so amazing. And he was like, I can't believe you weren't making money during this time, but they didn't have all this stuff that they have now. But now he put on this, he said, we're going to start making you money. That's it. People can chip in a little bit. And somebody did last night. And thank you for that. I really, really, I'm still learning how to send you a thank you note, but I really appreciate it. But he put in, I don't know, he put in two things. One, you have to go to the main page, and then it has Tory Chrisman, and underneath it is for more about Tory. And if you click on that, it goes to Cash App, that's it, and PayPal, those two things. And so you can chip in something, and that definitely helps. I'm like way behind on all this technical stuff that I got to get. And so I'm going to put it all towards that. And leaving and not joining CSS. Okay, thank you, love it for that. Good morning, Tori. Wow, it's 7:55 there. Okay, CB, you got to tell me where you are when you say that, because otherwise we don't know. Marissa, love these late night lives. I am glad you do. I do too. It's good. It's like, and we have 134 likes and 109 people are here. So, that could be some people are listening in. I love that idea. I just love it. I think, if we could help, anybody, if you guys get educated so that you feel like you can speak more, like I helped Bunker a lot in the beginning because he would say stuff and I'd say, that's not true, Bunker. He'd say it. And then when it went afterwards, I'd say, just so what you said is not true. He'd say, really? And I'd say, yeah. So he wanted to know, he wanted to learn. And he's now one of the best spokespeople to be interviewed about Scientology because he remembers everything and he knows everything because he really took the time to learn about it, right? So it's a good thing, if you're a critic. He was never in, but he's learned a lot and become a very good spokesperson because of it. But either way, I'm happy you're here. So no one, you need DOA and his loudspeaker. Wait, no one, you need DOA and his loudspeaker. Well, guess what? Someone's sending me a loudspeaker. So I'll have my own loudspeaker, and I bought my own little chair. So I can go out there and be there with my little chair, and I don't have to worry about DOA. I was thinking, well, I've got to wait until he goes. And now I don't. I can just drive up, put my chair down. I got my megaphone. I'm ready. There you go, Osa. See? You screw around with the wrong people, and you get what you wish for. I wish they would put the SPTV information in Easter eggs. I don't. I really don't at all. Not at all. Think of when you were a kid, when you're 2 or 3 or 4, and somebody has SPTV in it. Now, first of all, the parents right away are going to be pissed off. Parents that may go look at SPTV if it was, presented to them in an adult way. They might. But this is my opinion as a parent. If somebody put something like that in my kids' eggs, I would be like, I'm never going there. That, it's just so creepy. Those people couldn't possibly care about my kid. And I'm sorry, Christina, because I know you're thinking, and I know everybody's thinking in creative ways. So I don't mean to be snarly on you. I'm not. I'm just snarly on the idea. I don't think it's a good idea. I really don't. And I think it's going to end up causing, getting people to not go to SBTV and not watch it. That's what I think. But that's my thought. I may be wrong, and maybe you're right. But I wouldn't do it. I'd let them have their Easter. It's like their Easter. Let them have fun with it, whether we like it or not. That's so scary. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I missed something. And then when we're told the strangely behavioral OTs were out ethics. Yeah, and then we were told the strangely behaving OTs were out ethics. I missed something there. I don't. Let me just go back. No, I don't know. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Jazzy Girl, where are you in Finland? Oh, she's in Finland. That's cool. No one, when I was younger, I was terrified after the death event of my family would go to the ship and drop the body. Wow, that's spooky. Because you were in Scientology, obviously. That's very scary. Okay. Happy Quails, the man with the back pain. Oh, Arnie. Okay. I hope they didn't take his medication away. Oh, no. They didn't take his, no. They didn't. He had gotten oxycodone and was taking it, and then his wife flew me in and told me, she said he was snorting it, because he was in so much pain. But we watched him online. It was really tragic to see because he kind of got into all these conspiracy things and just got weirder and weirder and harder to talk to. It was tragic. It was. So anyway, the end of Arnie Lerma, but he'll always be well thought of. People loved him. I'm really sorry that they did that to you, though. Okay. Well, they did. So that's the way it is. It's sort of like all of us have shit that happens to us. And it's kind of like you can use it to your advantage. Like I tell people about it, not so that they feel sorry for me, but that they can realize this is a church using medical abuse against their members. And I'm going to have this effect for the rest of my life, right? It's memory that's gone. It's not like it's going to come back. And I have to deal with that. That's disgusting. It's one of the major reasons I speak out. That and they breaking up families and stopping free speech. Those are the three things. That's it. But you know what? If that's what I have to do, I saw a lady on TV once, and I mean, this is awful, but her daughter, was raped by a man. And she said her husband and she were, literally in grief for years. They just couldn't get over it, right? And then they realized we've got to do something because we can't just sit here and feel sad forever. We've got to somehow get active and do something. So they did. They went to him, he was in prison, and they forgave him. They just said, I don't know what happened to you, but we're done hating you. It's just sort of like this hatred is going nowhere. So that's it. We forgive you. There you go. And then they started speaking about it. They started going to schools and stuff like that, and just talking to people about how horrific a rape is. I feel the same about suicide, not because I've experienced it, but one of my dear friends, their son killed himself. And I saw how far and wide the pain went from that. It isn't just one death. It never is. It's many deaths for many people for a long, long time. Like John lived here in this house for 7 years. He was the father of the young man who shot himself to death. And it was unbelievable to feel the torture that father, because he'd bought him the gun. So of course he just lived in tragic, guilt forever. And my friends spent a long time trying to get him to forgive himself and to be able to say his son's name. He couldn't say his son's name when he moved in here. He couldn't. And I got him to say James. And, it was a process. But anyway, we got it together. And by the time he took off, he was much better. So there you go. Life rolls on. All right. So let me see. The man with the back pain. Okay. I hope they didn't. Okay. I'm really sorry that they did that to you. Don't worry about it. Happy Quails. Beth, I saw it live. DOA's number one mission was to protect Tori before the ops got there. That was awesome. It really was. Were you there, Beth? Or you saw it on the video? I mean, wow, it was amazing. I mean, it was stunning to me. It really was that he thought that fast and he thought about me that fast. Now, granted, they did have the lights right on me, but he was sharp enough to go, all right, we're getting you in your car. That's it. And I was sharp enough to go, no, I'm going to go help you because they're arresting you. And later I thought, you know what? I'll bet you anything. Because, they handcuffed him and then they let him go. And he said, well, I told him, fuck you, pigs. But normally for police, that's not going to say, okay, let's unhandcuff him. You know what I mean? That calling them names isn't usually going to work. But I think I drove up right then when he said that, and they probably thought, "Oh shit, his mother's here," because he was in that cape, and I had the horns. And he probably thought, "That's his fucking mother. Unhandcuff him. Let's get out of here." And they just drove off, man. I mean, they were gone like grease lightning. And that's what I think. Who knows? But that's what I think. Okay, so it's 6:10 in the morning. Stephen Miller. All right. Helene. All right. Good morning from Sweden. Thank you. Good morning, Tori. This is all the Europeans. Aw. It's 8:10 in the UK, London. Calling Tori. All right. Just having my morning cuppa. All right. Happy Easter. Happy Easter to you guys too. See, I believe in saying Happy Easter. I mean, I don't believe in it religiously, but I believe in saying Happy Easter. It sounds like several people will be at the Blue Building tomorrow, and Jessica has court at 8:30 a.m. Ooh, Streets and Chris are going. Okay, I didn't know she was going to court tomorrow at 8:30. It must be because tomorrow's Friday, so that's the last day it could be at 8:30 in the morning. Ugh. Okay, Tori, is there any way I can search Sea Org or Scientology for a missing person? She's Namas and all but cops are not looking. I think you asked me that earlier, right? About this, and someone said, there's someone earlier that said they can help on this. I think you asked this earlier, and someone on the earlier thing, and you've got to look up now, because once I think when I hit end stream, all the chats go away, right? So you've got to find their name on here. But someone said that they could help you, but I don't. No, I don't. I don't know how to do that. But I have no idea how you can search Sea Org or Scientology for a missing person. I mean, if it was my personal family, I would go over there and just demand that they tell me, are they here or not? I need to know, and if you won't tell me, I'm going to get the police on it. But like you said, the cops are not looking. It's been 2 years, and she left. So I'm sorry, I don't. But somebody here said that they might be able to help. So look, scroll back up and see. Love to everyone. And let's see here, missing info is on my page. Okay. All right. Okay. And Gecko on the wall. Hi, Miss Tori. Just past 8 a.m. here in Robin Hood country. Ooh, where's Robin Hood country? I think it's England, right? Right? Anyway, I'm not offended. I believe you are wise. Thank you. All right. Okay, that's good. It's not a church, it's a cult. I know, but they go under the title. We all know it's a cult. So but I'm not going to say every time the cult of Scientology. I'm just not. When I'm there, I might. But it's just that's their title. That's what they're under. And it should be a motivation for each of us to work on getting rid of their tax exemption, because then they won't be a nonprofit organization, and then they won't exist. I really don't think so. So there you go. Nearly 7 p.m. Good Friday. All right. In Australia. Hey, Sandy Hill. All right. Well, enjoy Australia. That's wonderful. All right. Thank you for sharing that. You're welcome. No, I wasn't there when he was swatted. Oh, I see. You saw it on live stream. Yeah. I live in the woods, thousands of miles away. Lucky you. That's cool. All right. I was driving through mountains in Arizona. All right. Okay. That sounds good. I think DOA was thinking about your safety from the first moment you arrived. I do too. He got me the chair and everything. He was very sweet. He's a very sweet person. He really is. He's really a good man. I think DOA was thinking about your safety. Oh, yeah. Okay. There you go. And then chats come back later. It takes a little while. Okay, but then the chats are there. You can see the chats. Oh, that's good. I didn't know that. I thought they were gone. All right. Nomad Forever Aftermath found was a connect page. That's the only one I know of. Okay, that's from Hans Christian Schwartz. Okay, and Normal Forever, thanks Hans Christian Schwartz. There you go. All right, and Nomad Forever, yeah, that's why I didn't see Signal was going in and out. Okay, I don't know what that means. The world sees the swatting. Yeah, exactly. It's 1 a.m. here in San Francisco. Yeah, it's 1:30 here. Just relaxing and drinking some hot chocolate. All right. Good evening, Tori from Queensland, Australia. Good evening. All right. So we've been on for an hour and a half. So thank you all for hanging in there. I hope you learned something. I think you did. And if you want, we can review that again, because that stuff is heavy stuff. I'm going to try to get it where I can get it online, so I can tell you where to go to get it. But it's heavy stuff. I'm pretty sure it's online. I'm going to go after I hit end stream. I'm going to go poke around and see if I can find it. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for coming on. It's been a true joy. And for anybody that is happening to lurk in, you are welcome. We all welcome you, all of us. And I speak for everyone here. We're happy that there's some people that are maybe inside and they want to leave, but they can't. And We get it. So good night and good day to all. Thank you, love it. Thank you for helping. And good night, Christina. Good night, all of you. Anyway, I love you and thank you. All right. You guys take care and have a happy Easter if I don't see you.